Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Now, students, today we are going to read Adventures of Isabel. This poem is written by Ogden Nash. He was an American poet. In this poem, the poet is giving a lesson to the listener to overcome all the difficulties that might come in your life. This poem basically shows how attitude of a person could enable him to come away situation that he put in it. The poet is describing a story of a little girl named Isabel who first meet with enormous bear, then wicked old witch, and a hideous giant, and then a troublesome doctor. They all tries to frighten the little girl, Isabel, but she didn't scream or worry. By talking about giant, bear, and witch, the poet might be talking about the dirty hands of giant, a big dirty mouth of bear, and dirty hair of a witch. That what kind of illness we might face. Now let's come to discuss the first few lines, which are about the bear. Isabel met an enormous bear. Isabel didn't care. The bear was hungry, the bear was ravenous. The bear's big mouth was cruel and cavernous. The bear said, Isabel, glad to meet you. How do, Isabel, now I'll eat you. Isabel didn't worry. Isabel didn't scream or scurry. She washed her hands and she straightened her hair up. Then Isabel quietly ate the bear up. By reading the first 10 lines, we come to know that the first hurdle that come in her way was a big bear, enormous bear. And by this, we came to know that the girl Isabel comes across a huge bear with a big mouth. The bear was very hungry, cruel, and a flesh eating animal. The bear wanted to eat Isabel, whereas Isabel did not get frightened of it. Instead, she washed her hands, straightened her hair up, and ate the bear up. Once in a night as black as pitch, Isabel met a wicked old witch. The witch's face was cross and wrinkled, the witch's gums with the teeth and sprinkled. Ho, ho, Isabel, the old witch crowed, I'll turn you into an ugly toad. Isabel didn't worry. Isabel didn't scream or scurry. She showed no rage and she showed no rancor. But she turned the witch into milk and drank her. In these 10 lines, Isabel meets a witch in the middle of the darkness. The witch's face was scary and wrinkled. Her gums with teeth were scattered. The witch shouted with delight that she will curse the little girl and turn her into a toad. Again, Isabel was not scared. Instead, she turned the witch into milk and drank her up. Isabel met a hideous giant. Isabel continued self reliant. The giant was hairy, the giant was horrid. He had one eye in the middle of his forehead. Good morning, Isabel, the giant said. I'll grind your bones and make my bread. Isabel didn't worry. Isabel didn't scream or scurry. She nibbled the zwieback that she always fed off, and when it was gone, she cut the giant's head off. Furthermore, in this story, she comes across a very ugly giant. Isabel remained self sufficient. The giant was hairy, horrible, and had one eye in the middle of his forehead. The giant told Isabel that he will grind her bones to make bread. The giant wanted to eat her up for dinner. Isabel did not get scared. Instead, she made small pieces of that toasted bread and ate it. After she finished eating the bread, she cuts the giant head and moved further on her way. Let's read next 10 lines of the story. Isabel met a troublesome doctor. She punched and poked till he really shocked her. The doctor's talk was of coughs and chills, and the doctor's satchel plugged with pills. The doctor said unto Isabel, swallow this, it will make you well. Isabel didn't worry. Isabel didn't scream or scurry. She took those pills from the pill concoctor, and Isabel calmly cured the doctor. In the end, Isabel comes across a doctor. The doctor himself was troubled. He punched and poked himself to make Isabel frightened. The doctor was suffering from coughs and chill and carried pills in his bag. He offered some pills to Isabel to swallow. Isabel did not get scared. Even after seeing the medications and treatments, she was completely all right and did not suffer from any kind of illness. The doctor, who himself suffered from different ailments, mixed different ingredients to make the pills. Isabel took the pills from the doctor and treated him with her attitude. Dear students, see how this little girl faced and solved all her problems in her way. Theme of the poem is that attitude of a person can enable him to come out of any situation. No matter what hurdles come in life, we must face it courageously with a positive mindset. That's all for today. See you in next class. Till then, keep learning, keep watching. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Fi aman Allah.